1, 2.
Hello, viewers. It's a new day. It's a beautiful day, and
About your online. Oh. And I'm using my Wi-Fi. Let's start.
hello, viewers. It's all about Purpose TV, and today Purpose TV is in Mechlin, and we're going to talk with our sister, who is a wonderful woman. It was difficult for us to locate her, but today, God being so good, we have her on the hot seat. So just be click on your seat and then let's see how it goes. So therefore, we will move to our sister to do the introduction herself, and you wouldn't regret staying tuned with Purpose TV. Thank you so much and God bless you. So our sister, today we are here in Mechlin, and we are so grateful for opening your door for us to come in. And Purpose TV is proud of you. And we want to know who you are, which school you attended, and then you tell us a bit about yourself. So that's why we are here today.
Thank you very much, my sister.
Welcome.
Yeah. I'm a Manu. I'm a Ghanaian, and I was born in Kumasi, in Kompanoche Teaching Hospital. I lived all of my lifetime in teaching, so around the age of 3 months, my dad came to Belgium, and my mom around 6 years. So all the while, my grandmom was the one who took care of me. So actually, I relocated to Belgium, and this grandma currently, right now, she's in the mortuary, and due to the corona virus, we've not been able to visit Ghana, but hopefully soon, if everything is okay, we'll be going to Ghana for her funeral ceremony. May her soul rest in perfect peace. So about myself, I came to Belgium when I was almost 16. So I had to learn the language. And earlier on, when I was in Ghana, I was studying for, economics, general arts. So actually, when I came, I wanted to continue with that journalism. But due to the language aspects and the language barrier, I was advised to divert my section of education and do something else, which was not that easy for me. But God being so good, through the advice of my mom and my dad, my mom, Agnes Pepra, who lives in Mechlin too, and my daddy, Mr. Apesibidi Akon, mostly known as 1 or 2, it was through their advice that I diverted my course to do nursing. And I would say I didn't regret following the advice to, proceed on to do the nursing course. Whilst I was in Belgium, I had to do the language course for 1 year. And then after the 1 year, I started the secondary school. I was supposed to start from the 5th year because by the time I finished the language, then I was 10, already 16. So 16, they advise you start from a certain level. And in Belgium here, they have different sections of education. We have the ISO, we have the TSO, and we have the Beroeps. That is you entering into a training so that after on you can just work after then, that you don't need to further your education. So I started from year 4. So you can imagine how difficult it is, because those people, they started learning the language from right away from their infancies, and me just being in Belgium for just 1 year, and going to compete with them in academics, it wasn't that easy. For me, it was like the language that I learned in the in the language school for 1 year. It was like I was learning something else, because it was more deeper, and the words were so difficult, and it was like, for me, it was like Chinese. It was like Chinese. So actually, in the language school, they just teach you general knowledge when you visit certain places, how to express yourself. Just the little petty things that you have to know for people to see you can speak the language. But when you enter into school, then there you are going to go more deeper into books to read, to understand whatever you are supposed to be, to be taught. So it was really a challenge for me. But God being so good, I was able to pass through. So
thank you so much. So as you can see, she's from Kumasi and she grew up in Kumasi. So you are Otikoko Sonana's granddaughter. Thank you so much. So as you were talking about the language and all that, what advice will you give to the youth of today? Because sometimes when we get to Belgium or any other country like Finland or maybe anywhere, we are like, oh, the language is difficult, so I just need to go for cleaning and all those things. What advice or what motivational word can you give to us that with determination you can do whatever thing that you want to do? So what will you tell the youth of today? Not to work, but to learn the language, even though it's long, it's difficult. Will you advise the youth to go for that, or they should just go directly to work and then help their parents? What advice will you give to them?
Yeah, I would like to advise each and every youth watching me at this moment to know whatever you carry in life, and know that nothing is gained on a silver platter. Everything that you want to achieve in life, you need to work hard for it. I know sometimes it's tough, and the society that we are in right now, all the time, people will be telling you it's difficult. Me, when I came, it was so difficult for me, so I went to do something else. So you can also pass through the same level. It is not because someone did the same thing, it was not good for that person. When you also enter into it, it won't be good for you. Everyone is different, and everyone has his her own, way that God wants, you to take the path that you have to, follow. So you have to sit down and ask yourself, what do you want? What do you want to achieve in life? And once you know what you want to do and where you want to get to, you begin to get interest in whatever you are doing, because you have a purpose. Without having a purpose in life, everything that you do, people will be detecting for you. Do this, do that, and at a point in time you get confused yourself, and then you say, okay, I'm giving up. Sometimes to the environment whereby you find yourself. Me, for instance, I studied in different areas, and I can really compare where I felt, at home. I did my secondary school in the Paramedics Institute. That's one of the schools known for nursing. So there I completed my secondary school there. That's what that one is called, Gesondheid en Welzijn. It's a general science for nursing students. If you want to do nursing, then after you continue. And after I went to Thomas More, I can also compare very well with the teachers, how they relate to foreigners. One of the biggest challenge that I had was most of the time I was only black, and I didn't like it, because sometimes you feel isolated. If you are the kind of shy person, it will be difficult to mingle with them. But I'm the type, I always want to feel free when I get closer to you, whereby I have different thoughts about you. It's very difficult for me to flow with you. So all the time I want to, even when there's something that I don't have to compromise, but I will compromise because I want to fit in the system.
So you come down to their level.
So I come down to their level. Even
you
sometimes they will say some words that will hurt you. People will say, look at the black there, the zwarte. In Netherlands they say the zwarte. I ask myself, you can say it in a different way that maybe I myself, I will not feel offended. But you say the zwarte, the way you point your fingers at blacks. Ask yourself, I'm a black, but I'm in the same class with you. I'm in the same level with you. So anytime you are talking, you have to think and ask yourself, the word what is coming out from my mouth, how is the other person going to interpret it? That is all the time what you are supposed to, do. But these people, they have less respect for white black people. So until you are able to reach the same level with them, they look at you differently. Yes, the first time they see you as white, as black, the first etiquette they put on you is like, oh, black, she doesn't know how to speak Netherlands. The language is not good. She is shy. She knows nothing. She knows nothing about what is going on around the world. What impact can this person have on us? It's like you are of no good to them, so of no use. So it's like they just look at you as an ordinary person until they get to know you. And they see how you can flow in their language. They begin to get interest in you. So I will advise my little sisters and brothers never to give up. Know that there is something in you that has to come out. Whatever you have started, you have to finish it. When you put that thing in your mind, it might be tough. The road is not that smooth as it is. It is very rough. But no, everything that has a beginning, it has an end. That has always been my motive. Sometimes at school, I didn't have it that easy. I was not having it easy. But I asked myself, I have a language barrier. But the other people, they don't have any problem with the language because they started it from infancy. But yes, though, they are having it difficult to follow the course. So I'm not the only person. So I don't have to give up. So you always have to press on, persevere until you achieve whatever you want. In Thomas More, I saw some of the teachers. It was very difficult to reach out to them. Yes, very difficult. They teach you, it's like on the surface. Sometimes I ask myself, actually, what did I pick from the lessons? Because she comes, she just opened the slides, she'll be following the slides word to word. And at the long run, you ask yourself, she didn't give extra explanation of what was written. So actually, I could have even learned it when I was home. And when you want to, after the lessons, you want to get closer to the teacher, it becomes very difficult. So one of the things I learned was I always sit in front of the class, and I make sure whatever we've been taught, I understand before the teacher leaves the class. Or if sometimes it's because it's a class, it's a big hall that we study, a class of about 200. Even in KDJ, that was worse. Different. It was worse. Sometimes you sit in a they call it aula, a very big hall with about 300 students
with just a projector.
Yeah, with the projector. So it wasn't easy, but because I used to do that, they saw, even though I'm black, but I showed interest in their lessons. Some of the lessons, some of them will say, this one is so difficult, we don't want to join it. But when you show interest in the subject, the teacher sees it and she says, oh, this person, she's doing her best. Even though it might be, you might not pass for that subject, but you were always available in
as well.
And they see this person is serious, so we need to help the person. So when I have a question and I was not able to ask it during the lesson time, I send you a mail and I ask, this part was not clear for me, is it possible for you to give me a further explanation? You don't have to wait till exam time, then you go and say I didn't understand it, or then you send a message. All the time you try to see during the lesson time you understand what you are being taught. And sometimes you can see some of the teachers, they are very very strict. They don't even want to open room for you, as you feel it. It's like they are not interested in what you want to know. But just ignore them. Just ignore them, because at that time you are in their hands. When they say it's okay, it's okay. When they say it's not okay, it's not okay. You can't do anything about it. So you just humble yourself under their authorities and then listen to whatever they have to say to you. And at the long run, when you get your certificate, you are not going to say anything to the teacher. You maybe in your entire life, you're never going to see him or her anymore. So all the time we have to do our best during the lessons. During the courses that we follow.
Wow, we are so proud of you, my sister.
Thank you.
And then also in your introduction, you said you were born in Okomfanoche in Kumasi.
Yeah.
And then your mother also motivated you to do the nursing course.
Yes.
But I'm asking, was it because you were born in Okomfanoche or because of your mother word, that is why you chose to be a nurse, or you had a passion for that because you said you wanted to do journalism, that is communication.
Yeah.
And I know anything that you want to do, you need to have that passion to do it also. So what really motivated you? Was it the words from your mom? Was it the challenges that you were going through? That is what you used to catapult yourself to be the woman you are today? Or what really kept you on track? So, yeah.
Thank you. Actually, nursing was not part of my plan, and I never ever even thought I'm going to be a nurse in the future. But all the time, I used to say to myself, I enjoy speaking to people. I like to communicate, and you know, I'm very caring, and I like also listening to people. And I enjoy helping people too. Sometimes it's very difficult for me when someone tells me I need this, or someone asks me of something that, you know, I have, and I say no to the person. It's very difficult to say no. When I see in my capability, I'll be able to help this person. It's difficult for me to say no. So I saw that thing in me, and you know, at the initial state when they were encouraging me to do the nursing job, I said to myself, I'm going to give it a try. It's not a guarantee. I'm going to give it a try. If I'm not able to, you know, proceed on with the nursing course, then
you just back out.
I'll just back out. Then I will go back to my journalism, and with or without job, I will just try and finish it, because that is where my interest lies at. And if I don't have any interest in nursing, why am I going for that certificate? So I said to myself, I'm just going to give it a try. And when I gave it a try, I saw that the people that I attended to, they were very, very they gave me the feeling like you are really appreciated, and we like what you're doing, so you should keep it up. So it was through the encouragement of my parents, and also through the placement, that is the stages that we do, that actually encouraged me, because you'll be placed in different places, different departments, you know, to go and practice. And through that encouragement gave me, you know, the energy, like, oh, you see, people really appreciate what you do. You can do it, so why don't you continue doing it? After all, it's the same thing. So that was
you love it now.
Now
you love it now.
I enjoy it. Yeah.
And during this pandemic, I know you are a frontliner as well. Do you have any fears when you are going to work or when you come back from work? I know you are a family woman. Do you feel scared? Maybe, oh, I'm bringing this virus to my children, or that? Do you have any fears about that when you were going for work at this period? Fear
is a normal reaction of the body, and as a human being, sometimes you in certain situations you panic a little bit, but that panic should not overcome you, because as Christians, the Bible tells us he has not given us the spirit of fear, he has given us the spirit of boldness. Therefore, sometimes I do feel that fear in me, but because of the word of God that is in me, it talks to me and it gives me the courage, like God is with you, so don't give up, continue with what you are doing, because he's not going to turn you down. So that has been something that has always kept me all the time, just through all these processes, because it hasn't been so easy. It was tough during those periods, but God see that's true. So,
and I learned some people were backing out from the workplace, like they were turning in their resignation letter, like I'm not going to work again because I'm scared of the virus and all that. And what about you? Did you have any feeling for that, or you might think, oh, after working I can bring the virus back to my children? Were you not scared about those things, or it's never clicked your mind?
It's like I think when you have the passion for what you're doing, this is a time for you to show your love to your patients, to the team that you have, to the hospital as well, and also to yourself. Why am I saying that? You studied it, you studied the nursing for a purpose, and before you get your certificate, there are some competencies that you need to achieve. You need to be caring, empathetic, communicative. You need to be flexible in all areas. So this is the time that your help is really needed. So it never crossed my mind I want to take some leave and leave my colleagues behind, and just concentrate on my family, and after the pandemic then go back to work. No, you don't do things like that. No. So that one never crossed my mind, but I always pray to God to lead me, to guide me and bring me back safely. That one I never forgot, because I know without God I'm nothing. So when I'm in Nimwa, bibi anyone on my bed, we will try to do whatever we want, but with the help of God, we will always succeed.
I love that.
This is the time but what I did was, I also, it's not because I know God, so I didn't take the necessary precautions, because the Bible makes us understand, for lack of knowledge my people perish. So even though say you have God, what you're supposed to do to prevent yourself and the people around you from contracting the virus, you have to
do it
so.
also.
Yes,
okay. And okay, thank you so much. But I will ask this question also. Like, do you have any advice for women? Because sometimes we come to this country and we are like, oh, we have kids, you have to take money back home, so we can't just focus on the things that we want to do. So what advice will you give to parents or women of our age, like who wants to do a course and then they'll go in and then they'll be using the kids as an excuse? Is that something that you think, maybe when you don't have anybody to take care of your kids for you, and paying a babysitter is also expensive here in Belgium? So what do you think one can do to further his or her education when you have kids? Because I know that is very challenging, you know.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. I would say it as an excuse, because for everything you can find an excuse for it, but when you want to do something, you try to make time for it. So it depends on the individual. If you need to upgrade yourself, some people upgraded themselves when they had 4 kids. So I think it's just you yourself, you have to know what you want to do and which level you want to get. If you are comfortable with where you are there, then it's okay. But if you really want something, then you put every effort in it to get whatever you want. With or without kids. But one thing I've noticed here in Belgium, it's not only in Belgium, but general in in the European countries, we don't like learning. Our main motive is like family, kids,
building
husband,
at home,
building here. But all other things, it's not necessary.
So in this case, you mean we have to put ourselves first in everything that we do?
Yes. And I see here there's less challenge. Unlike when you go to the UK, go to the US, you hear a lot of young
people to compete
women who are doing, their master's, doctorate degree and stuff like that. You ask yourself, wow. But here, because of the language all the time, we are so comfortable in our comfort zone. We don't want to, move. It's okay for us, and then we just sit there and continue our family life. But that's not all about life. So all the time, we the woman, we need to upgrade ourselves. No matter the circumstances we find ourselves in, we need to open up and learn new things. That is what is going to help us in life. Because what I might not know. But the time we keep on meeting each other, we integrate with each other, we can learn from each other.
Yeah,
so
sure.
all the time you need to open your mind,
and
your eyes, everything for new things, and that's what will help us.
And as people were going around to say Black Lives Matters and all that, have you faced any challenges on your job place? Like maybe you were going to a patient and he or she was like, hey, I don't want a black person, I don't want her to treat me, I want the other person. Have you ever come into contact with that?
Yeah, but not much.
And how
I was
did
very lucky. I was very lucky. I remember during my school time, that was in Dufel. I had a placement at Dufel, one department. It was meant for people with, you know, stomach problems and issues like that. So in the morning, we started work, and this lady was calling. And mostly as a student, when you see a patient calling, you'll be the first person to run attend to the call. So I went there, and this woman, she saw me, she found her face like me at me, and she said, like, what is she doing here? And how come she's coming to me? But this woman was vomiting very severely, that I saw she needed help, but she didn't want me to touch her.
Wow.
Because I was black.
Wow. So she preferred to die?
Yeah. And I said, whoa, but why did you go in the first place? You needed help, and now I'm here to help you. Why are you denying me? Oh, but because you are black. She touched my arm, and then she was trying to feel if there is blood in my system.
Oh my goodness.
To that far she went. And so, of course, without blood in my system, I cannot be interacting with you at this moment. She said, oh, really? But how come you are so black and I'm white? I told her that is not important at this moment. You know what? You need help, so let me help you. She denied my help. So I went back. Yes, I went back to tell the nurse who was in charge that this person is refusing my help. She said, what? This is disgusting. Come with me. Let's go to the room. So we went there, and she spoke to this woman. And after on, she said, oh, but for me, I'm not used to such people. I've never seen such a person who is so black. Me, I would say I'm black, but my color is not that, you know, black. There are some people you see them, they are very, very black. So when you tell them like these people, they don't have blood in their system, maybe I might understand you. But me, for instance, it's very, very difficult when someone tells you such.
And were you angry on the spot, or were you like, what am I doing here?
I was so surprised at her reaction, because I said, from which planet does she come from? Because these days, we have black people all around. But it's about, I would say, I think 9 years ago. So it's a long time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I asked myself, and she said, she's not used to black, so she just wanted to be sure and be confident, like, you know, I'm coming to her, I know what I'm coming to do, and not like, you know, I'm coming to, you know, make fun of her or something like that stuff. And the nurse spoke really, really well to her, and she said, everyone who comes to her bed is qualified to treat her. So she should open up to each and everyone who will come closer to her. She's not supposed to do that anymore to anybody. That was a very bad reaction of her. She shouldn't do that again.
And she
gave her excuses to me, and then later on, we were best friends.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Last year too, I met one man. This man was also admitted in the hospital, and he was operated on his hips. Actually, I work at orthopedic center, so everything to do with the bones, the legs, the arm is our place. And this man, he didn't know the one who was about to treat him, coming to treat him, was a black. And at the initial stage, I was working with one student who was a white. So I was doing my medication in the morning, whilst I asked the white, you know, to attend to the man, you know, take the vital parameters and, you know, the blood pressure and all other stuff before I come, you know. And he was so happy because he knew that lady was going to treat him. not knowing I was the main thing behind, to come to his bed. So, he was talking very, very, very strange to me. So I couldn't bear it. So at a point in time, I asked him, have we met before? Have I said anything to wrong you? So he said no. So why this strange talk? Yeah, it will him black.
Oh
it will him donker. And I asked him, what believed?
I don't want any black around me.
Excuse me. Did I understood you well?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want any black around me.
Oh my goodness.
I said that is racism. You know what? You need help. I don't need help. I was ready to do everything that you need for you. But right now, no, you have given me a reason not to treat you today. So you will not be treated. I'll leave you.
Wow.
If my colleague will help you, fair enough. It's up to her. It's her choice. But me, I'm not going to treat you today because of what you said. You know what? I'm going to write a report about you. So anything you hear, I wrote it. I'm not going to say it at your back. I'm saying it to you.
Right in front of you.
So you know I'm writing it about you. Yeah. I come in Ishkela, that's your question, And the students,
that's your choice.
The students who was with me, she said, that's very bad of you. I'm surprised at your behavior. I'm very, very surprised. I'm also not ready to help you today.
Wow.
Yes, that was what she said. So I was also proud of the student
because it's a teamwork.
Yeah, it's a teamwork.
Yeah.
So we left the man, and when we went to the ward, we met the doctor who treats the guy. So I spoke directly to him. This person has refused for me to help him, and then the doctor said, "Oh, why? That's very bad of him. So bad." So the doctor said, let me go and speak to him. The doctor went to speak to him, and whilst he was speaking to him, the book the man was reading. He's not an old person. Someone who is very old, I would say I'll give him the credit of that, I will leave him. But this man knows really what he's doing. A man around the age of 50 is grown enough to know what the implication of what his actions. He was reading a book about Adolf Hitler. So he's somebody who is really, really, really racist. He's so deep into it that you cannot change his mind. Yeah. So the doctor turned back to me and he said, I was trying to, tell this man, it doesn't work like that. When you come here, you have to see each and everyone who comes to your bed, closer to your bed, is qualified to treat you. So you have to treat everyone the same, no matter the color. We are all the same. That's very bad. You don't have to do that. And the doctor said it was very difficult for him to accept it. And that time, it was in the afternoon. His wife was also around. She was even worse.
Wow.
So he came to me and he told me, you know what, I tried to convince the man, but it wasn't that easy. But don't mind him, just do your work. And if he proves difficult, just leave him, So I just told the doctor, okay, thank you, and I left. So during the report reading, I just told them this is what actually happened, and I couldn't bear it. I just told him I'm not going to treat him. I'm not going to help him. So if someone else feels like you can cooperate with that person, it's fair enough for me. You can attend to that person, but me,
you are not doing it. So you didn't do it,
and I'm not going to change my team. I still remain in that same team because I have my patients. I know each and every one.
And at the end, did you help him, or you were not able to?
At the end, what actually happened was, I told the doctor, I reported to my boss also. I reported to the general team, the general department team. In such cases, when someone is doing this,
it's very delicate.
It's difficult. How do you go about it? Yes, because I also have to protect myself too. Let's take for instance, if I was with the night and I was alone and he wasn't cooperating with me, he was doing this racism towards me, and like we are enemies. He was talking so straight to me, and I wasn't comfortable with him at all. So I was very, very short in my answers, and it took me few hours, few minutes to stay with him there because I couldn't take it. I just had to. It's for me. I had to hurry up and leave here because everything that you say against him can also be used against you. So I was very, very careful, and they told me first of all I need to protect myself. Protect myself. The patient is in my hand, but I need to protect myself. If I don't feel comfortable treating that patient, I can, give the patient to someone else. But in that case, at the long run, my boss also went to speak with him, and he also proved that difficult, and he was so disrespectful to her. And at the long run, she told him, you know what, you came to the hospital because you needed help. But right now we see you are not ready for any help that we can give to you. So you know what, if you think another hospital is better for you, you are okay to go. And he left to other hospitals. He left, yes. So some people, they are very, very difficult. The racism is so deep into them, you cannot do anything to change their mind. But anytime you encounter said situation, you need to protect yourself first. And you very, very careful whatever you do.
So as you are watching us from Purpose TV, and the main boss is Uncle Johnson. So whatever thing that you have, like about your social life, if you want us to come to your house to interview you, something that you are doing which is positive and then it has positive impact on the youth or anyone, you just call on Purpose TV and we are ready to come to your house, or we are ready to work with you hand in hand. And I bet you will never regret calling us into your house. And today, as we are saying, we are still talking to the nurse from Otikoko Sonana from Kumasi. So you can see blacks are also doing well, no matter the language, no matter the challenges, no matter the fears. We are pushing forward, and in everything there is determination. If you have determination, you can do whatever thing that you want to do. And our sister is telling us today, you don't need people in your life who will just be manipulating you, like do this, do that, do this. Purpose TV is all about your purpose in life. And as a human being, you need to know the purpose why you were created. That is why we have this TV, and our boss is Johnson. And whenever you want us to meet you, or you are in any business you want us to advertise for you, we can do that also as well. So we are still on our case with our nurse here, Nane Akua. So Auntie Akua, the question that I also want to ask today is, like women are taking tablets, they are taking pills for flat tummy and all that. What advice will you give to us? Is it good for us to be taking those pills? Some are even going to the extra miles, like taking other concoctions that is not even natural herbs or anything. Does it have side effects, or do you have any advice for us, like going for jogging? And for black people, including myself, we don't like jogging. We don't like visiting the gym and all that. So what advice will you give to us? Do we need to take those pills, or what advice will you give to us, since the doctor has not, we don't even ask for the doctor's advice? We just go to our kitchen, we go to people, they'll be like, oh, it made my tummy flat and all that. What advice do you have for us this noon?
Yeah, that's a very important question. Right now on the social media, you see a lot of people promoting different types of products about helping you to reduce your tummy level and helping you to lose weight and stuff like that. But all those things, no, it doesn't really help. What helps with one person doesn't mean it will help for you. Yeah, so all the time you have to learn your body. You have to know the type of body that you have, and you don't just use any product just like that because it helped somebody. I will advise, if you really want to lose weight, you start with a healthy lifestyle. Exercising, you can take those products, but when you take the product and you don't exercise, my dear, you are going to gain more weight even after after you've taken those medication or those products. So it's better you exercise well, you eat very well, balanced diet, you make time for yourself, you take enough sleep, you eat small vegetables and fruits. It's not like sometimes I can see some people, they will say, me, I've been eating very, very healthy, but yet still I'm still gaining weight. But what happened is that most of us will be eating very healthy, but we have less time for ourselves and for our family. So when you want to start a healthy lifestyle, it starts with the mind. Prepare your mind very well. You sit down. What are your goals? What do you want to reach? And make time for that, and have enough sleep, because that is what helps. You can do you can take all the necessary things that you have to, you know, take, but the long run, when you sleep less and you have more stress, it's not going to have any effect on you. So you have to make sure that you sleep enough, you drink a lot of water, and the food that you eat, you try, if possible, you can make a timetable. Today you eat this, the next day you'll be eating something else, so that it's balanced, so that it will not be all the time the same thing, and you eat at regular time. And don't eat so late. Some people, they can eat healthy, but you can see maybe around 10 o'clock they'll be eating all different types of fruits.
Oh my goodness.
That is not the right time to eat, you know, fruit, because fruit, there is a lot of sugar in fruit too. So late in the night you're going to eat, some people, maybe they will eat pineapple, they will eat banana, they say fruit mix. You are eating fruits, but it's not at the right time for you to eat that fruit. So we have to do the right thing
at the right time. Yeah. And today, as you are talking about balanced diet, do you think breakfast is also important, like one thing important for us to put on our roll every day? Will you advise us to do that? Because sometimes some people will be like, oh, in the morning I can't take tea, I can't take something that is not so heavy, I need to go in for banku, I need to go in for fufu or rice. Is that also advisable, or what?
Breakfast is the most important meal from all the three meals, because the breakfast gives you energy for the cells and also for the body. When you don't eat from morning to 12 o'clock, by the time you start eating, then your body will be craving for only carbs more. But when you eat breakfast, it gives you energy, so you can wait till maybe 12 o'clock before you can eat something else. And it reduce your appetite of eating too much. But most people say all the time, I won't eat breakfast, then in the afternoon I will take my lunch and I take my supper, and I've eaten too much. It's very, very bad, very bad habit. That is what makes our stomach swell so big all the time, because what we put into it, the body is really not prepared to take that heavy food around that time. So you take it, and most of us, what we do, we'll be eating, we'll be sitting down in our chairs, we'll be watching television, African movies from morning to the evening. Then we've done nothing, no exercise, nothing,
no jogging, nothing.
I was say you're making sure say ye didi name yen spreading, not too heavy food at one particular time.
Thank you so much. And also, a friend of mine who is also a nurse advised me that each morning I have to take warm water. Is that also advisable? Do you think that is a good thing to do? So I normally do that because
it's very good, because it cleans your system, it cleans the intestines, and it prepares the stomach for digestion. So it, for it makes you release very easily. You know, you eat before going to sleep. So the next morning when you clean the system, you feel like, oh, you need to rest yourself, and it prepares the stomach for the next meal. So it's a very good thing to drink. Mostly it's also advised you add a little bit of lemon, but lemon, not the everyone citric, the acid it's not everyone can contain
adjust
that one,
with that,
because they have stomach problems. So you can take just warm water And if you have green tea, you can put it in it, and then you drink it. And then maybe in the afternoon, the water that you'll be drinking, you put a little bit lemon in it, because it also helps you against cancer and health issues. It helps you to prevent you from such problems.
Wow. We are so happy to have you on Purpose TV. And what are your hobbies? Because I know one. So I think you do that for us. So what are your hobbies? What do you like doing? Like what?
I enjoy doing a lot if I have the time, but mostly, you know, with this our job, sometimes I'm so tired. I wish, you know, to be reading, to be listening to music, you know, to be singing songs of praises to my God, but sometimes, you know, I'm so tired, and you know, I just leave it. I like reading. Yeah, and I enjoy, you know, I always want to be, you know, confronted with new things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so all the time I want to, you know,
challenge yourself.
Yeah, with family matters and issues, sometimes it's difficult. Then you relax a bit. But what I really enjoy doing is singing. That's
so can you give us a line of a song? Maybe.
No problem.
And do you have a song on your own? Like, do you have an album? Have you tried?
Yeah, I have.
Really?
One album, yeah.
Wow. So we can
30.
see that on YouTube as well, or
yeah,
no?
I have one song which I place on YouTube. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It has always
So
been
can you
my
give
passion.
us a line of a song?
Yeah.
Any song at all? Any song, like in Netherlands?
We give you glory, Lord, and as we honor you, we give you glory, Lord, and as we honor you, you are wonderful, you are worthy, oh God, you are wonderful, you are worthy, oh God, you are wonderful, you are worthy, oh God, you are wonderful, you are worthy, oh God.
Oh wow, oh wow. The room is just filled with the Holy Spirit. So we thank you so much, and then we thank you so much because Purpose TV is having you on the hot seat today. And we thank you for welcoming us in your home. And all what we are saying is God richly bless you. And we know we are proud of you. We are just proud of you.
Thank you.
And Minimiso Tiko so Nana so is also proud of you. So
thank you.
So we are so happy to have you on the hot seat. And you sing at church. And which denomination are you in?
The Church of Pentecost.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow. And you sing in the church?
Yeah.
You sing also in the church?
I sing in the church.
Oh wow.
Praises and worship team.
Oh wow.
I'm part of it. Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh wow. We are so proud of you.
Thank you, my
We
sister.
are so proud of you. So Purpose TV has ended our interview, and you can always call on us. We are always ready for you, and we are taking it higher and higher and higher. You need to know your purpose while you are on this earth. So if you have anything that will motivate the youth, or you have anything on your table that will be so good to motivate someone. As today we've spoken with our sister, it has really motivated me. And I know as you are also in your couch, you are also being motivated, because she said with determination, we can do everything that you want to do. You don't need to have any excuse about the children or about the language. The language shouldn't be a barrier to you, but you need to challenge yourself. So you know what you want and you know what you are going for. And that you don't need to have a broken purpose. You just need to go in for whatever thing that you want to do. So thank you so much, our sister. And we are so glad to have you here today.
Thank you very much.